What's up, guys? So probably a lot of you may know by now that if you go over here to your car's inventory and then you go over here to the bikes icon, you can see that this thing right over here says coming soon with the clock emoji right here, which this most likely means that this most likely means that motorbikes are being added to Driving Empire as licensed brands. So I'm gonna go over some potential brands that could be added into Driving Empire in this video. Okay, so the first motorbike brand that could potentially be added to Driving Empire licensed is actually KTM. The reason being is that if you go over here into the dealership and you see this search bar right here, if you type in KTM, if I can freaking spell right, KTM right here, you'll see 3 KTM cars because KTM is in the game. So since KTM cars are in the game, I don't see why motorbikes from KTM wouldn't also be added into the game. To be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of KTM. I do think that some of their bikes are really cool, as some of them that I'm gonna pop up on screen right now. But let's move on to the next brand. Okay, so the next motorbike brand that could potentially be added into Driving Empire is, I think, Yamaha, because their brand is sort of like KTM, being mostly around motorbikes. At least I think KTM is mostly around motorbikes. I'll look into that when I'm editing the video. But yeah, I'm specifically more interested in the more classic Yamaha motorbikes as one of them that I'm going to pop up on screen right now. I don't really know that much about motorbikes as I do actual vehicles in general, like cars and stuff. So sorry if a lot of the stuff I'm saying isn't factual or anything, but there's brands like KTM, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki. So yeah, Yamaha can definitely be one that could possibly be added, maybe even the first brand that could be added in Driving Empire licensed. So yeah, let's move on to the next brand that could be a potential licensing. So in my opinion, I think that the third potential brand that could be added in Driving Empire, possibly maybe the first, like I said with Yamaha brand, is Kawasaki. The reason being is, once again, it's mainly based around motorbikes. This is what I think. I honestly have no idea, really. I think it is. I still think it's really cool. I'm not really going to care that much for the update once it comes out, but it's still going to be really cool to have in the game. But yeah, Kawasaki is definitely another potential brand that could be added in Driving Empire licensing, because they're like dirt bikes, super bikes. I don't know any other type of bike, really, but let's move on to the next brand. All right, so the fourth brand that I think that could be potentially added in Driving Empire licensed is, of course, Harley Davidson. The reason being as well, I mean, just why not? I feel like that's one of the most popular motorcycle brands. I honestly have no idea, because once again, I don't know that much about motorbike brands, really that much, nor do I really care for it. I honestly see Harley Davidson definitely being added in Driving Empire at some point, because just why not? That's definitely a massive brand that should probably be added in Driving Empire soon, because they are kind of cool, depending on what you're looking for, really. But yeah, I don't really have much to say for Harley Davidson, just because, well, I don't know. But yeah, Harley Davidson has a massive potential to be in Driving Empire for how well it's known in the motorcycle industry, vehicles and stuff like that. But let's move on to the next brand. All right, so the fifth brand that could be potentially added in Driving Empire licensed is BMW, and I think that it's actually going to be really big for Driving Empire, because BMW has both motorcycles and cars. So if we get motorcycles from BMW and Driving Empire, then we're most likely also going to get cars, which that is really good for Driving Empire then. I actually really like BMW, specifically the M3 and the M4. The M3 and the M4 are some of my favorite cars, really. Some of my dream cars, really. I would say at least top 5. But we're not really talking about cars here. We're talking about motorcycles, because, well, that's what this entire video was based on. I honestly don't really know that much about motorbikes, so I'm just gonna end the video here, because I have no idea of any other motorbike brands. So if you guys like the video, yeah, see ya.